Hey there, hi there, ho there, welcome back, Unit 8. Wildfires. Ooh, it's going to be a hot one because of the wildfires. Let's jump into this, shall we? So, let's talk about the anatomy of a wildfire. What it is, what it's good for, how it gets started, etc. So, before humans were around, wildfires would just burn until they ran out of fuel just naturally. And they served a very specific purpose on Earth. However, once humans came around, wildfires allowed humans to harness fires for their uses, helped populations spread across continents in that, before we ravaged the face of the earth in some places, forests were just so thick, it was almost like an impassable ocean. Fires, as they kind of burned through areas, would help, decrease timber and brush and forests, making it easier for some populations to spread across continents. Besides how early humans used them, then and now, wildfires benefit Earth in that they help to initiate plant regrowth. In that burned out areas can be very nutrient rich areas once all that material kind of gets embedded into the soil, that burnt material, and you can get some vibrant regrowth. So there's benefits then and now. And wildfires in general, they can burn low. What the hell? I don't. Hey there, hi there, ho there. Welcome back. This is Unit 10, Wildfires. Ooh, it's going to be a scorcher because of the fires. Let's jump into this, shall we? So let's talk about kind of the anatomy of a wildfire. First, let's talk about, where they're coming from, how they've been beneficial, because wildfires have been around, for millions and billions of years. So before humans were even around, wildfires would burn until they pretty much ran out of fuel naturally. Just kind of did their thing, burned out. Earth has survived, species have survived, just fine. When wildfires would go through, and still, not only do they initiate plant growth, but they also initiate and help with regrowth. There are some seeds that will only open up because of fire, and then when fires do go through areas, burns out areas, it can actually enrich the soil with nutrients, creating vibrant regrowth. So before humans have been around, wildfire has been doing its thing naturally. But when humans did eventually evolve on Earth and became a dominant species, wildfires actually allowed humans to harness fires for their uses. Before they figured out how to bang two sticks together or rub two sticks together or whatever, there's a wildfire over there, let me get a little of that fire. Let me get this stick on fire, I can take it back to my cave. So wildfires allowed humans to harness fires for their uses. Additionally, as wildfires would maybe burn through areas, burn out dense forests and brush, that would allow populations to spread across continents. Sometimes dense forests full of thick brush, it's impassable. It's almost like an ocean. Burn it out, allowed for migrating humans. And wildfires work on many levels in nature. And when I'm talking about like many levels, I'm talking about from low or high up in the tree canopy. Sometimes fires burn down low, sometimes they burn up high. And as they do and as they change, different aspects of nature are affected. So here's a low burning, more kind of grass fire, brush fire. You can see most of the material burning is this brush. The trees, for now, seem to be okay. And as it starts to creep up a little bit up into the trees, and then when you have a crown fire, it's when it's just kind of basically barreling along throughout the top of the trees. These flames are probably 100 feet high. So some parts of a wildfire, it has like an anatomy. So let's say the wind and fire direction are heading this way. Typically, it's the wind that determines the direction of the fire. Not always, but typically. Geology actually comes into play. When you're looking for where the fire started, you're looking for a V-shaped. So kind of looking at this kind of V shape here, the wildfire probably started right around in this area. And the wind kind of blowing it up and to the right, the head of the fire. Maybe some cinders kind of jumped ahead and burnt some stuff in front of it, called a spot fire. Any place where the fire has already burnt through, that's called the black. The black is already burnt out, black charred material. So those are just some different aspects or different anatomy parts and terminology of a wildfire. Essentially, wildfires are a way to remove vegetation, and that they reverse the process of photosynthesis. Think back to biology, whether that was high school, middle school, college, or whatever. So in photosynthesis, you take in energy, and you take in water, and you take in carbon dioxide to produce oxygen and food for the plant. Well, when a plant burns, the reverse happens. Carbon dioxide is given out, water vapor is given out, and energy, heat is released. When natural material is burning, water vapor and carbon dioxide are the most abundant gases released in the fire. So again, naturally, the process of photosynthesis, a plant takes in sunlight, energy, carbon dioxide, and water to create food for itself, and then gives off oxygen. Well, when that very same plant burns, all of this is in the opposite direction. Energy in the form of heat is given off, carbon dioxide is given off, water is given off, and it actually takes in oxygen. Fire needs oxygen to burn, so it's bringing in oxygen. Smoke from a wildfire can actually help us determine what's kind of going on. So smoke color can depict fuel type, what's burning, because smoke is the byproduct of the fuels that's burning in the fire. And the color indicates the type and density of fuels involved, which gives a hint as to what the fires might do next. There's white smoke, which means the fire is just starting to consume material. Indicates very light, flashy fuels such as grasses or twigs. Black smoke indicated that man-made material is burning, structure, vehicle, tires, that sort of thing. The darker the smoke, the more volatile the fire is, more hot. And then gray smoke indicates the fire is kind of slowing down, running out of materials to burn. So here you see some white smoke, so kind of just the brush and grass starting to burn. Black smoke, additional material, maybe even human-made structures, looks like an RV starting to burn. Gray smoke, it's starting to wind down. So the color of the smoke indicates the fuel burning and what's kind of going to happen next. So good indication of what's transpiring. Let me give you part of the super secret code. It is the number 8. You got me? The number 8. Let's go ahead and pause here. When we come back, we'll talk about wildfires and the environments in which they thrive. See you back here in just a second.